Do it today. Welcome to episode 50 of the Quiet Man series and the eighth and final week of the whole series. Can you believe that? Episode 50, 50 straight days of recording this and broadcasting to the world all the different chapters from my book, Listening, Laughing and Learning. This one's fundamentally about time. On February the 23rd, 2021, I woke up and I had a startling realization that if I was lucky, I had 10,000 days left. That is a very sobering thought, I can tell you. Now, 10 days is 20 odd years, so it's not too bad, but it's still a sobering thought. So if you're younger in your 20s, you might have 30,000 left. I'm at the other end of the spectrum, and I've realised if I'm lucky, I've got 10,000 left. I started noticing that it's how I spent my time that was really important. I went for a walk, and as I'm on that walk, I suddenly remembered back in the early days when I was getting going in this world of personal and team development, I used to do a marketing seminar all based around time. It was my infamous time management program. And I used to catch people's attention by saying, how many hours are there in a year? Ask yourself that right now. How many hours are there in a year? And I would get numbers ranging from 2,000 to 15,000. The fact of the matter is there are 8,760 hours in any year. It is the great equaliser in life. If you were to walk around central London right now and you would see somebody that was homeless sitting in a doorway or in a tent in one of the streets in Soho, they've got the same number of hours as you and I. The geezer that's just been elected President of the United States, Mr. Motormouth himself, he's got 8,760 hours. Our politicians have got 8,760 hours. Our factory workers have got 8,760 hours. It is the great equaliser in life. And the fundamental truth is, it's what we do with those hours that makes the biggest difference. How do we invest those hours? And if you were to ask me right now to come into your business, to come into your organisation, drop of a hat, I could do a 3-hour time management seminar on that fact alone, that we've all got the same number of hours, and how we invest them is what makes the critical difference. In the book, I outline all the fundamental principles of what someone needs to do to maximize their efficiency and their efficacy when it comes to making the investment of those hours. And there's a quote in there, I think it was Henry Ford that said, successful people become successful in the time that other people waste. A lot of people that invest their time in going to the pub every night. An awful lot of people that invest their time sitting on the couch watching soaps. There's an awful lot of people that invest their time by getting up and going for a run. There's an awful lot of people that invest their time by going along to a night class and improving themselves, learning something. In actual fact, it was Samuel Smiles who actually started the whole personal development process. Funny thing is, everybody thinks this is an American tradition of self-help, self-improvement. But it was a Scotsman called Samuel Smiles wrote the first self-improvement book called Self-Help in 1859. So, Ford said, successful people become successful in the time that other people waste. Samuel thought it would be fantastic if people were to improve themselves, if they were to go to night school. Who goes to night school nowadays? I think people pulling their own pants up, getting out there and improving themselves and investing their time in themselves is the biggest tick in life. I did read an article once and it said that Mozart had 10,000 hours of musical tuition between the ages of 2.5 and 10. 10,000 hours. That equated to 8 hours a day. Now, if you spent an hour a day, you would probably start to become quite competent at something. If you were to spend 1,000 hours at something, 2 hours a day, you'd probably become quite skillful. If you were to spend 8 hours a day doing something, you too would master something. So, Take a piece of paper, write down, start keeping a time log. It's in one of the previous chapters. Keep a time log of where you spend your time and start investing an hour a day in yourself. 500 to become competent, 1,000 to become skillful, 10,000 to master something. Where do you invest your time? So I started this episode with do it today. Take the time that you've got, invest in yourself today, and it will make a big difference. There was a fabulous piece that Bill Gates wrote years ago. The people quite often underestimate what they can do in a decade, but they overestimate what they can do in a year. Play the long game, start putting the hours in now, invest in yourself, do it today, and your life will change. So, me at my 10,000 days. For me now, I gauge what I've done every 100 days because that's 1% of the time remaining. So for me, 100 days is a very, very tangible and specific window of opportunity. So, Chapter 50, Episode 50 of the Quiet Man series. If you've liked this, please give it the thumbs up, comment on it, share it with your friends, and I'll see you tomorrow for Episode 51 of this rapidly drawing to a close Quiet Man series. Do it today. Thank you very much.